Hi guys, welcome back. This is Erin from Painting Those Piggies, and today I have an indie review. I think this is my first indie collection review, and I have a little bit of a disclaimer. If you, for some reason, do not like negative reviews, or you don't want to see like an honest review or not a 100% positive review, then it is time to leave this video. So I hate to say it, but this is not going to be 100% positive. So without further ado, I have the 9-0 Lacquer Holiday 2017 collection. This is a 6-piece nail polish collection. It was available for pre-order on Black Friday, and that is my first issue that I had with this collection. I did pre-order it on the first day that it was available, which I believe was Black Friday, and I didn't like sit down and write down all the notes, like the days I emailed, the days I got, you know, responses. That I didn't write down every single detail of this because I didn't want to make it like a huge deal, or that like I'm upset, because I'm not. I just wanted to like bring facts to this. So the first detail as to why I'm disappointed is that I pre-ordered this on Black Friday, and it took a really long time for me to get this. This was a holiday collection, and there is a Christmas polish in this collection, and I thought ordering it, you know, like a full month before Christmas, that there would be ample time for me to wear a Christmas polish, and that really wasn't the case. Now, I don't exactly remember there being any disclaimer like, you know, allow for so many weeks for it to process. So I at one point like got nervous that my order got skipped. I mean, I really did. I thought my order got skipped. It was taking so long. And so I did email customer service, and I did get a response within a few hours. So that to me is A+ customer service. I'm not going to say anything bad about that. So the issue with this was that there were an enormous amount of pre-orders, which I can understand, but I want, you know, I kind of wanted to know that there was going to be a delay. And so my other gripe was that I didn't get a shipping notice. Like, they just showed up at my door. So I kind of had no idea. Like, it was weird because I had kind of asked, you know, what's the status of my order, and I got a response like, orders are really slow, we had a lot of pre-orders, and then literally 2 days later these polishes showed up at my door. I had no idea. So that's how things started. And then once I swatched the polishes, we're gonna get into it. I think you guys know what I'm gonna say about the polishes, but we're going to go by polishes one by one. So let's get into the polishes. There are 6. They're more of like a holiday, New Year's, wintry vibe. There's only one Christmas polish, so let's get into the actual polishes. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Christmas polish. This first one is the reason I ordered the collection. I hadn't anticipated ordering the entire 6-piece collection, but I saw this polish and there were 2 others that I really, really liked, and on Black Friday there was a discount if you ordered the entire collection, so that's why I ended up with all 6. This first one is called Christmas Crelly. And I did talk about this in Weekly Manis. This was the one that if I was going to order any of them, it was this one. Christmas Crelly is a white Crelly base. It's got red, green, and gold micro glitter in it. This is the one that reminds me of like a sugar cookie with white frosting and then Christmas sprinkles on it, and I love dessert themed things, so this one is totally my kind of polish. So I really like this one. I'm looking at my swatch notebook, which happens to be dessert themed, and so this one, I really loved the concept of the polish. I loved the way it looked on the nails, and if you know what I'm going to start saying negative about these polishes, this had too thick of a formula, and I did have to add polish thinner to it to thin it down to be able to apply it to my nails. It was thick, it was goopy, and it was too hard for me to apply. I ended up using 2 coats because obviously it was on the thicker side, so I really do like the way it looks. I think it's a really cool concept, and I did love the way it looked, but it was too thick on its own, so that in my swatches is 2 coats of Christmas Crelly. Next, we're going to move to my favorite of this collection. This is the second one, and this is actually the first one I swatched in this collection. I am notorious for not liking gold polishes, but oddly enough, this is a gold micro holographic polish, and this is called Bubbly. I put this on and I fell in love with it, but like the first one, this was very thick and very gloopy and very hard to apply. And what I notice is when this bottle sits for a long time, it even separates in the bottle. So even as I'm letting it sit right now, I just shook it up to hold it up, it starts to separate at the top of the bottle. I don't know why. I mean, you can see like a large bubble forming at the top of the bottle, and I don't know why that is. I've used it one time and I had to thin it out to use it. I don't know why these polishes are so thick for me. There was only one in the collection. I'm going to spoil it. There was only one in the collection that wasn't too thick for me to use. And even though I just shook this up, I'm having issues with this polish separating in the bottle. Like I can see directly into the bottle through that little hole, even though I just shook it up. So this polish is stunning. It really is. I mean, it's one of my favorite holographics in my entire collection, but I dumped thinner in this polish to be able to apply it. It was a little bit sheer on the first coat. It was like thick but sheer, and then the second coat covered everything on the nail. So it was opaque in 2 coats, but the formula just was not satisfying to work with, I guess. But the color is really pretty. That's kind of the theme for me in this collection. The colors are stunning, but the formulas are just really annoying to me because I had to thin them so much, and I only started thinning polishes like a couple weeks ago. So before that, I mean, if the formula was bad, it was just bad. I didn't even own thinner prior to a couple weeks ago. So that one is 9 Zero's Bubbly. Next up is Party Dress, and this one I had a lot of you mention as your New Year's polish. This one is the only one that I did not have to thin, and it's oddly enough my least favorite of the collection. It's totally just my personal preference. This one is like a foiled silver glitter bomb in the bottle. It also has like tiny little micro glitters in it that are hollow, red, blue, green in there. So it's kind of just like a little, I guess, party dress in a bottle. You can see all those little micro glitters in there. It's super, super glittery, shiny, super bright on the nails. It had a fantastic formula. I didn't have any issues. It was so easy to apply, so smooth, and it's the one that it didn't grab me as kind of unique. Oh, it didn't grab me as unique. This one just wasn't my preference. I think there are other more unique polishes in the collection, but this one did have an outstanding formula. So that one is 2 coats of Party Dress. Okay, next polish, this is 4th in the collection, and this one is Fireside. This polish is stunning. I mean, it really is. It's just like the glowiest, most like fiery ember looking orange polish. It's got an orange base, but when you apply it, you can tell that the orange has a lot of like, almost like a really bright like pink to it. The pink goes away when you apply the second coat, but you can tell when you apply it that that orange has that pink kind of Crelly base to it. But I think this orange is stunning. I really love orange nail polishes, and I think they're very underrated, but this orange has just so much gold shimmer in it, and it's stunning. It really is. So this one for me was right on the edge of being too thick. It was just like, almost like too thick. I didn't thin it for my swatches. It was like I wanted to thin it, but I wanted to give it a chance. In my swatches, I did do 2 coats unthinned. When I wear it next time, I will end up thinning it out because I like a little bit thinner of a consistency. Not thin, but just not as thick as this one. But I have to say that the color is absolutely stunning. It's just like glowy, fiery, vibrant, and amazing on the nails. I think the colors are amazing. I just wish the formula was better. So that is 2 coats of Fireside. Next up in the collection is called Clear Cold Night. And I have to say, when I first saw the swatch video of this collection on Just Face's channel, this is the other polish besides Christmas Crelly that really drew me in. If I was going to pick up 2 from this collection, it was going to be Christmas Crelly and this one. And I have to say, I was a little bit let down by this polish. I don't know. I wanted to love it, but I'll tell you. So Clear Cold Night is almost like a vibrant navy colored jelly base, and it's got glitters in it that emulate the night sky. So it's got a ton of different holographic glitter. It's got almost like tiny square glitters. It's got holographic micro glitters. It's got stars in it, which I think are really cool. So the first coat I put on this, I thought, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it was just like a little bit stringy, and I thought, I don't know if I can do this. It was too thick for me again, but I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt. It was almost like it pooled towards the edges of my nails, but the middles were left a little bit bare. I probably should have thinned it, but I didn't, because again, like Fireside, I wanted to give the polish the benefit of the doubt, so I didn't end up thinning it. I will thin it the next time I use it, if I'm brave enough to do that. I don't know. Let me tell you the rest of it. So I started off with 1 coat, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I ended up like taking off some of the polish that had pooled on the edges of my nails so that it could attempt to dry, and then I let it sit there for a while. I ate dinner, and then I knew it was going to need 2 more coats. So I did 2 more coats, and I have to say, after the second coat, I was like, okay, this is going to end up looking like it does in the bottle. After 3 coats, it does kind of even out and end up looking like this and looking like it should, but I know that it would have never dried. It was so thick, it was never going to dry, and that's why if I would have ever attempted to wear this again, I would definitely thin it, because 3 thick coats of this, it just would have never dried. I mean, I took it off, and it was just like, it was so much polish. So I was so disappointed in this one, because it looked so pretty, but it was so hard to apply, and it was one of those polishes that you just would have never been able to do anything. You could have slapped so many coats of quick dry top coat on it, and it would have never dried in a million years. So that one, I mean, it was one of my favorites in swatches, but it was so disappointing to me, because I don't even want to give it another try to use, because I doubt that I don't know. I doubt that I don't know if I can get it to work. So that in my swatches is 3 coats of Clear Cold Night. Okay, last up is another one that I was really interested in. This one is called Shooting Star, and to me, this one is kind of like the really like party amped up version of the polish from the OPI holiday collection called Top the Package with a Bow. That one is like a black with a little bit of gold in it, and this one is like black with like a ton of gold hollow in it. It's stunning, and it's just like New Year's and like the new year starting over and like party, and just it's gorgeous. So this has a black, almost like a like a Crelly base, and it's got tons of just like gold micro glitter in it, but it's all hollow gold and it's stunning. I mean, it really is. It has a little bit of those square glitters in them, but they're gold, they're gorgeous. It's honestly a stunning polish. The problem I had with this one was a different problem than I had with the other ones. This thickness issue on this one was a weird one. When I applied it, I swiped it on the nail and all the polish went to the sides of the brush and left the middle bare. And I don't know what that was. It was very weird to apply. So I ended up with like 2 ridges of polish and then like a bare middle. In the end, after the first coat where I just ended up with like grooves and valleys of polishes, like some like just globs of polish and no polish in other areas, I did end up thinning it and it did work out a lot better. I did get it opaque in 2 coats after I ended up thinning it, and so my swatches are 2 coats of this polish, and that is called Shooting Star. Okay, so ultimately, this was not a shining star of a review by any means. I do have to say that the ordering process was not good for me. The customer service was good for me. The concept of the polishes I really liked, and the originality and the like overall look of the polishes, loved. Amazing. The formula was just the worst for me. I can't say like the last time I was that disappointed in polishes, and I hate to say that because I want to be one to like support indie brands, but I bought these with my own money and they were expensive, and I mean, I'm a consumer like everybody else is, and I don't want to be one of those people that like posts a fully negative review, but you know, I can't lie in my polish reviews because I spent my money on these polishes and I'm disappointed. I'm coming from the stance that, you know, if you were to give these polishes to somebody, you know, you'd be disappointed if they had to go out and buy thinner to get them to work. Or what if somebody saved up their money to buy these polishes and then ended up disappointed? Or, you know, I didn't buy polish thinner until a couple weeks ago, or didn't know how to use polish thinner until a couple weeks ago. I mean, I ended up really disappointed, and I would really consider, you know, before I bought, you know, from 9-0 again, I really loved the look of the polishes. I really did, but the formula was just, for me, I don't know. I couldn't deal with it, and I've dealt with a lot of polishes. There's only one polish I've ever thrown away for it being terrible, and that was an OPI, so I don't know. I hate to end this review on such a bad note, and I know you guys, a lot of you guys have picked up Christmas Crelly because when I went through your Instagram, I saw it on a ton of your Instagram. So if you have experience with this collection specifically, let me know down below how it worked for you, if you needed to thin them, if you had formula issues, because I really am curious. I'm just really disappointed. So, I don't know. I've never done a video like this that was so negative, and I feel kind of sad for doing it, but I have to let you guys know the truth because, I mean, I spent my money on these just like you guys would, so that's only fair that I share the right information with you guys. So I hope this was helpful in some way. I'm sorry it turned out so negative, but that's the truth, and I have to say the truth. So thank you guys for watching, and next video will be more positive. So thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.